Elton John, the Rocket Man's journey through music and time. In a small house in Pinner, Middlesex, a young boy sat at an old upright piano, his fingers barely reaching the keys. His name was Reginald Kenneth Dwight, and though no one could have guessed it then, this quiet child would one day become one of the most flamboyant, beloved, and influential figures in the history of popular music. Born on the 25th of March 1947, Reginald grew up in a modest English household. His mother, Sheila, was lively and loved music, while his father, Stanley, served in the Royal Air Force and preferred discipline over dreams. Their home was filled with tension, but in the midst of it all, young Reggie found peace in melodies. By the time he was 4 years old, he could play songs he heard on the radio by ear. A boy with a piano and a dream. At 11, he earned a scholarship to the Royal Academy of Music, where he trained in classical piano. Yet, while he admired composers like Mozart and Chopin, his heart longed for something freer, something alive with rhythm and rebellion. He found it in rock and roll. Inspired by Elvis Presley, Little Richard, and Ray Charles, he began dreaming of his own stage, his own sound. He joined a local band called Bluesology, playing in pubs and clubs through the early 1960 seconds. But as the years went by, Reggie realized he wanted something bigger, his own name, his own identity. He took inspiration from two bandmates, Elton Dean, a saxophonist, and Long John Baldry, a blues singer, and created a new persona, Elton John, the magic of Bernie Taupin. In 1967, fate brought Elton together with Bernie Taupin, a young lyricist from Lincolnshire. Their meeting would become one of the most legendary partnerships in music history. Bernie wrote the words, Elton brought them to life with his melodies. Together, they captured feelings that everyone could relate to: love, hope, heartbreak, and wonder. Their first major hit, Your Song, 1970, changed everything. Its tender simplicity and heartfelt honesty connected instantly with audiences. From there, Elton and Bernie became unstoppable. The rise of a superstar. The early 1970 seconds saw Elton John explode onto the world stage. With albums like Tumbleweed Connection, Madman Across the Water, Honky Chateau, and Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, he became a household name. Songs like Tiny Dancer, Rocket Man, Crocodile Rock, and Benny and the Jets filled the airwaves, turning Elton into a superstar. But what truly set him apart wasn't just his voice or piano, it was his style. Elton transformed every concert into a theatrical spectacle. He wore glittering jumpsuits, feathered capes, and oversized glasses that became his signature look. Audiences never knew what to expect, but they knew they would never forget him. Behind the glamour, yet behind the dazzling lights and roaring crowds, Elton John faced deep struggles. The pressures of fame, personal loneliness, and the constant touring took a toll. He turned to alcohol and drugs to cope, and for a while, his world seemed to spin out of control. But Elton's strength was always his ability to rise again. In the late 1980 seconds, after years of addiction and self-doubt, he sought help and rebuilt his life. Out of that recovery came a renewed sense of purpose, not just to perform, but to make a difference. Love, loss, and legacy. In 1990, Elton founded the Elton John AIDS Foundation, inspired by the loss of close friends during the AIDS epidemic. The organization became one of the leading global charities in the fight against HIV divided by AIDS, raising hundreds of millions of dollars for prevention, research, and treatment. His personal life also found stability when he met David Furnish, a Canadian filmmaker. Their love story became a symbol of equality and courage, culminating in their marriage after same-sex marriage was legalized in the UK. Together, they built a family and raised 2 sons, proof that even the brightest stars can find peace at home. Timeless music for every generation. Elton's music continued to evolve. In 1994, his work on Disney's The Lion King brought him new acclaim. Songs like Circle of Life and Can You Feel the Love Tonight enchanted audiences worldwide, and earned him an Academy Award. Later, Candle in the Wind, 1997, rewritten in honor of Princess Diana, became the best-selling single of all time. Even as the decades passed, Elton John never stopped performing. His Farewell Yellow Brick Road tour, launched in 2018, became one of the largest and most successful tours in history. Every concert was a celebration not just of his music, but of the countless lives he had touched. The Night of Pop and Humanity. In 1998, Queen Elizabeth II knighted him, officially making him Sir Elton John. It was a recognition not only of his contribution to music, but also his tireless work for humanitarian causes. The boy from Pinner had truly become royalty of his own kind. Today, Sir Elton John stands as a symbol of endurance, creativity, and authenticity. From humble beginnings to world stages, from addiction to advocacy, his story is one of transformation. He taught the world that you can be bold, be yourself, and still find love and redemption. As the lights dim on his touring career, his songs remain forever alive, echoing in concert halls, films, and hearts across the world. Elton John didn't just make music, he created memories. He reminded us all to believe in who we are and to never stop reaching for the stars. Because, as he once sang, "I'm still standing, better than I ever did." Thank you, my viewer. Feel free to like and comment.